This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning. Shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, and we have them in studio with us today. Give it up for my Oakland brethren, Andre Ward. Hey!
That's what this is all about.
Yeah,
Oakland.
my comrade.
Yes. Oh, God.
Makes so much
Come
sense.
on, Andre. It's town business.
It's a lot of Bay love in the
You
building.
know what I mean? Yeah, Heather
sir.
B.
Oh, man.
Heather B.
My comrade right
Come
there.
on, you
Big
know.
homie.
Tracy,
There
we
it
got
is.
set up, Tracy.
Yeah,
I
you
see it,
did.
yo.
Yeah, y'all
Embrace
got
it.
set up. Yes, you did. This man, in my opinion, when they say pound for pound, the two names that should be mentioned is his and Floyd Mayweather.
I
Right.
appreciate that.
And I'm not saying that because he's from Oakland. I'm saying that because all the competition that he's faced, he's outclassed. You haven't lost in nearly 20 years, right? How long has it been?
I don't know how long it's been. Has it been that long? Yeah, I'm a little competitive. I like to win.
You like to win.
I
That's
like
a
to
great
win. I've
thing.
been fortunate to keep winning as long as I have.
And the interesting thing about you is I think through your various challenges, different fighters that you fought, you showed your ability to adapt in a situation, adapt to different styles. Because in the super middleweight division, you got a lot of quirky styles, right?
Yeah.
You know, what's been your most difficult fight to date, would you say, Dre?
Probably a fight that people didn't think was my toughest fight, and that was the Edison Miranda fight.
Uh-huh.
And Edison Miranda was just a top contender. Guy was from Colombia, brute strong, hits very hard. And I fought him my first fight in Oakland, California at Oracle Arena. And that was like my sink or swim moment.
Yeah.
You know, here's a tough dude, and then we hearing about Ward, but what is he gonna do when he gets hit? And that dude hits hard. That's probably the hardest I've ever been hit in my life.
Wow.
And I normally don't talk about those kind of things, but I'm gonna talk about it here today with my man Sway. But that was probably the toughest physical fight that I went through, and people couldn't tell. You know, I didn't really, wasn't beat up or nothing, but he hit so hard, and I was a young pup, and I had to get through that if I was gonna get to the bigger fights.
Wow, man, and you were able to do it. Now, this has nothing to do with boxing, but man, let's talk some Bay Area hip hop too, man.
Town business gonna be in the building. Town business gonna be in the building.
Okay, now like we always when I was at home at in Oakland this past weekend, and me and my cousin Chuck were talking about who we think we do our top 5 list, who we think the top 5 in the Bay are of all time in rap, and I'm curious, who's your top 5?
Man, it's tough, man. I'm gonna be real with you. Like when I was younger,
Yeah.
I used to listen to all of it.
Okay.
But now, like I switched over probably like 10 years ago, Sway.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to guys like Lecrae,
There it is.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, I
guys
love
like
Lecrae.
Andy Mineo,
Oh.
Okay.
my Bay Area homie Transparent, KB, Tadashi, all of those guys.
You ever heard T-Bone?
I have heard of T-Bone.
T-Bone, yeah.
He raps kind of fast.
Yeah, that's a T-Bone, yeah.
So that's kind of, man, I'm gonna be real. I'm kind of removed from it right now, man. To be honest with you, like that's my lane right now.
Yeah. That and those are all considered Christian rappers.
Absolutely.
Lecrae and Andy Mineo, these, KB, these guys are considered Christian rappers, but they just rap.
Yeah.
You know,
MCs,
and they're MCs, and the subject matter is it's uplifting.
Yeah, it's uplifting and it's positive. It's something you would let your kids listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, obviously you had those guys on your show, and they're not whack.
Nah.
People get it twisted. They think that gospel. Put it like this: gospel rap has come a long way.
Yeah, that's come. Yeah, because it used to be kind of corny.
Yeah, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John.
Yeah.
Like these boys are spitting, and they can hang with any secular artist or whatever the case may be out there. In my opinion,
Yeah.
And they got a tremendous fan base and a tremendous following, and they're authentic. That's what I love about them.
They call him SOG. That's an acronym. Andre Ward, tell Heather B what that stands for. I think she might appreciate that.
Yeah, SOG means son of God. And I mean, you have some people out there, they get it twisted. They'll say, you calling yourself the son of God, and who do you think you are? And it's none of that. It's just, it's a scripture in the Bible that says, through faith in Jesus Christ, you are all, sons of God. And that's
Right,
irrespective
yes,
of
that's
gender, And that's just my thing. That's just me saying, excuse me, kind of my way of just sending my message on my trunks or wherever I have it in a fight or just wherever, my hats, my t-shirts, my merch, just saying, man, look, I'm a believer, and I don't always have to, shout it out. I wasn't always, a believer. I had my past and my struggles and my mistakes, but man, my faith in God, man, saved my life. And
Amen.
that's just my way of putting it out there.
Amen. I respect it.
I
I
know. I
love
told you you would have to be.
No doubt.
Okay, you got a big fight coming up.
Yes, sir. I'm excited about it.
All right, I want to talk about this because it's been a long time since Andre Ward has been in the ring. And we're going to talk about this big fight. And when you did your partnership with Rock Nation Sports, I remember hitting you that night. Because Jay-Z, is somebody I really admire.
Yes.
And I hit Andre and said, you rocking with a real crew.
Yeah.
And that's a great move. And I want to talk about all that and open up the phone lines. 888, you taking on the Oakland, right? 742-3345, Sway in the morning. Oh, okay, I like that. Sway in the morning. Shade 45. Yo, take the music down, man. I heard Andre Ward is here, man. Super middleweight champion of the world. Trey, man, I heard you recite some of those lyrics, man. You want to go a cappella with it?
I knew he was going to do this,
come
man.
on.
Friday karaoke. Let's hear it.
Man. Go ahead, man.
Man, I ain't got no freestyle spit though, Sway.
I don't need the freestyle. Just kick a
I need some background. Like
Okay.
the only time you gonna hear me sing is if the music is loud. Like we just had it.
Instrumental?
Sing or rap. I'm rapping over something.
You got your own original verses?
Nah, absolutely not.
Okay, yo,
Absolutely
but you
not.
got Lecrae. You know Lecrae.
I know the people I listen to. I know
Andy
the
I want to
ones.
hear what that
Lecrae,
sound like. Give him a
yeah.
beat, man. Give him a
Oh,
beat,
my
Andre. Come on,
goodness.
Andre Ward, man. He's a champion here, man.
This-
You can put him in any
why I
situation.
know this
Said he
man?
likes winning.
But that's a free. He want me to freestyle though.
No. You could kick Lecrae's lyrics over this.
We just want to see your flow.
This is gonna be horrible.
You got it, Dre.
We got your back.
I knew Sway was gonna do this.
We in the car right now.
I'm trying to do this. I've never rapped before, but I'm gonna put it on the floor. Sway's the homie.
Hey,
We should have did this interview a long time ago. The Bay is coming back June 20th. We gonna lay him on his back. That's all I got for y'all, man.
Bars, son.
That was bars.
He got bars,
It's
son.
horrible, but
4 bars
that's all I
Friday.
got.
Okay, Andre,
Took me out my element.
That's good. Sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone.
I knew he was gonna do that.
Just like a boxing match.
I'm getting dressed this morning. I said, man, I know Sway gonna do this
Yeah,
to me.
come
this morning.
on, man. Andre Ward is here. It's been a while since we've seen you in the ring.
Yeah.
You've been doing an excellent job as a commentator.
Thank you.
And as a commentator, have you, and you working with legends, Lampy and all these guys, has that helped you as a boxer? Watching other boxers in the ring and having to dissect what they do?
That's a great question, Sway. It actually has because, like, I've had kind of 2 long layoffs, like 2 fights in 3 years.
Yeah.
And obviously, I've had opportunities to be in the best seat in the house, being a commentator. We in front of the ringside seat. We right there on the ring apron.
Yeah.
Those are my mental reps. So I'm calling fights. I'm commentating fights about guys that are in my weight class. So I got stacks of research,
Yeah.
mental reps. But then I'm there and I'm watching. So I'm not in the ring, but I'm watching. I'm dissecting. I'm saying, okay, this is what he's doing. So absolutely, man. And that's what people don't realize. Like they say, man, you've been away. You got ring rest. It's like, nah, well, I don't abuse my body. And I'm like, I'm engaged with what I'm doing. Like it's always on my mind. How I'm trying to get better, how I'm trying to grow as a fighter. Because, an old fighter once told me, man, if you respect this sport, the sport will respect you. And a lot of times you see bad things happen to guys because they don't respect the sport. They think they can prepare any kind of way, they can train any kind of way, they can party, they can drink, and then go out there and fight at 12. It's not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
You may get away with it for a little while with a certain level of competition, but when you step up against that dude that's taking it serious, it's gonna show. So I just think even though I've been off, man, I'm still locked in, I'm still hungry. And now all I got to do is go get in shape for this fight.
Yeah.
And but I'm excited to put on the performance, man, with Rock Nation Sports. That I know they're gonna promote like it's never been promoted before.
Yeah.
All over the Bay Area. And I got to go out there and put on a show and do my thing
Andre Ward's
on BET.
On BET. That's
Nice.
interesting. BET is going to be airing this fight.
First fight ever.
I was gonna say.
But I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, and I mean, you have the naysayers and the element that says, "Oh, what are they doing? BET, this is crazy," or "Why would Andre Ward sign with Roc Nation?" Because it was the right move to make.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an element of risk and all of that? Of course, but there's no successful, in my opinion, entity or person without some level of risk. You got to be willing to leap, and everybody's risk tolerance is different. But I don't think I was taking a major risk with a company like Roc Nation because from what I've seen from a business standpoint and from a business model, everything they touch turns to gold.
Yeah, you could have went to Top Rank or Golden Boy or even Mayweather. You know,
Yeah.
And Roc Nation doesn't have the experience and hasn't been cemented in the sport like that.
Yeah.
What was it that Jay said or that his team said that made you go? Did Jay say something to you?
He said something.
So, okay.
To me. He said a little something to me.
What did Jay say?
Well, just to take you back, like Jay Prince, my
Rap
manager.
a lot. Yeah.
So we're going through the lawsuit. Excuse me. We got to stand still. No fights. No movement. He said, "What you think about Roc Nation?" I was like, never thought about that. I did my due diligence, did my research, and he and I kept talking about it. And then at the right time, we went up and talked to them. And the first day I was there, it was a boardroom. 8 people, 9 people, 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
We do this is this department. This is that department. This is your liaison. This is your personal person that we're gonna keep with you for whatever you need. And they're in here right now. We got our PR team. We have our team for chair, like everything. And then like in the middle of the meeting, Jay-Z walks in with sweats on. This is his company. He sits down, he humbles, he just sitting there chilling. He said, can I say something? And he gives his input on. I'm tripping like, man, that's Jay-Z right there. And
What was his input?
Man, he was just, I forgot exactly what the topic was, but what got me was he was engaged. Like, I know when somebody's just saying something to say something on a superficial level.
Yeah.
He was engaged with whatever we were talking about in that moment. Hey, man, y'all may want to try to do this. But then he was open for input, too. And we just talked. And one thing he did tell me, he said, listen, man, I understand what you're going through. I've been in that chair before. I was the artist before all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling him about my vision to be different, to build something that's lasting, to leave out of this game with my, my faculties intact, but also my money.
Mm-hmm.
And how I want to be bigger than just a fighter. He said, man, I get that. So it was just all of those things combined, and they really wanted me.
Mm-hmm.
I felt wanted. And at this stage in my career, I just fought 2 years to get away from the old regime.
Yeah.
And the old way of doing things. And the old mindset toward boxing. No knock on them guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a great job. But personally, I felt like I'm going to go in the opposite direction. If you look at my career and even my life, I've always kind of been the oddball that just everybody's going that way.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go that way.
And they're advocate of that. Man, that's the Jay-Z's a winner. So are you. To me, when I saw that happen, that's why I texted you that night.
Yeah.
I was watching from my place in Harlem, and because I like to watch fights on TV sometimes and not necessarily be there.
I agree.
And I saw you guys together, and I was like, that's why I hit you, man. You're rocking with a great team. I want to open up the phone lines. We're going to come back. Andre Ward is here. I want to talk about this opponent you have that I'm not that familiar with, and why you selected him. 888-742-3345. Sway in the morning, Shade 45, super middleweight champion of the world, pound for pound.
Yep.
Him and Floyd, pound for pound, best boxers in the world. It's hard to say. I guess in all due respect to you, Andre, you got to give it to Floyd because of he's been in it for so long.
Absolutely.
And been through all of these different eras. As a commentator and a fan of the sport, who do you think is going to win, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and why?
Man. Well, like I call Floyd my legend.
Yeah.
That's the guy, Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, and Bernard Hopkins, and not necessarily in that order.
Yeah. But
those are my legends in my era where I grew up as a literal kid, 8, 9 years old, saying, man, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm biased, obviously, for Floyd Mayweather. I personally, if I had to pick right now, I think Floyd is gonna find a way to win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Period. he has an O on his record for a reason. He's extremely competitive like me. He trains extremely hard, and that's because like not wanting to lose drives him. So you find a way. Even if it's rough early on, oh, Floyd got hit, oh, Ward got hit. Like, I got to find a way to get this done. And I think that he's going to find a way. Now, to Manny's side, you can't measure his desire, man. This is a big fight. This is arguably the biggest fight in boxing history. And I think for sure, you know, economically, this fight is just crazy and off the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These dudes they're hungry, man. So they're going to be able to take punches that typically they probably wouldn't take. I mean, the whole world, literally the whole world is watching. So you can't measure Manny's desire.
Yeah.
And Floyd knows that. So I'm hoping as a fan just for a great fight, a battle where it's like, man, that was a good fight. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. When you're making an excess of $100 million, is there really any losers?
For
There's
real.
no losers. But so you going with Floyd?
Yeah, I'm going with Floyd.
Okay. This opponent you're fighting, June 20th, Oracle Arena, Oakland, California. Heather B, I will be there.
I know it.
Gotta
I know
be
it.
there.
I know it.
Can Heather? Can we get Heather and her and my good buddy Horse some tickets?
Absolutely, it's
Okay.
done.
Okay, cool.
Thank
It's
you.
done.
Tracy,
Thank
you gotta
you.
stay home. All right.
Come on, Andre, help me.
I ain't never been to
We get you
Oakland,
in there.
Andre.
Thank you, Bo.
You
I
know,
ain't never been to Oakland.
Is she serious?
Ain't
Yeah.
never been to Oakland.
It's not as bad as they say.
See, that's why I ain't never
Certain
been.
pockets.
Stay
Certain
away from-
pockets.
like anywhere.
Sway will show you what pockets.
Yeah.
But Sway, he got
he the
carte
mayor.
blanche in the host.
Yeah.
He good. You with Sway, you fine.
you're all right, HB.
All right.
All right. This Paul Smith.
Yeah.
Who is Paul Smith, and why you fighting him?
Paul Smith, because we chose Paul Smith because we couldn't find that guy.
Carl Froch.
Carl Froch is a guy that I fought from the UK. Those that know, I fought in a tournament, Super 6 on Showtime. 6 fighters, lasted 2 years. Me and Carl Froch fought in the finals. Good fighter, very arrogant dude.
Yeah.
He keeps saying he want to fight again. I want to avenge the loss. He went on an extended vacation. We can't find him.
Wow.
So we had to take the next best guy, which was Paul Smith.
Uh-huh.
And I like Paul Smith, and he's got a big name in the UK. He's a tough guy, man. He's coming to bring it, and anybody that fights me, it's their Super Bowl. So, and I'm coming off a layoff.
Yeah.
So I got to be ready.
Uh-huh.
And I think, you know, leading up to the fight, the American public will get to know him. But this dude is coming. You know, I met him last night for the first time. He's a big dude. I caught him drinking a soda, though. He was drinking a pop, so I said, okay. That's a mental note.
Yeah. Go to the gut.
But he's a tough fighter, man. And like at this stage of my career, they're not gonna give me no soft touches.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get any more soft touches. That's over with. So we picked him because he was gonna bring it. He's gonna put on a great fight, and we couldn't find Carl Froch, so we had to get him.
How's your shoulder?
I'm good. Physically, I'm good. I've been fine physically.
Uh-huh.
It's just been the legal stuff and trying to get through that. And you know, just so the fans know, like it's a lot of stuff written out there about, oh, Ward's, you know, ruining his career. Listen, it's unfortunate that you got to go through certain things sometimes in boxing to get, you know, your respect or to get in the position you're trying to get in. Man, I take nothing away from my former promoter, man. He passed, man. I love his family. I miss him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had our difference, and I'm just glad it's behind me. And I stayed dedicated to the sport. I stayed connected to the sport. And I don't think my fan base dwindled. I think it actually grew
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in a strange way. So I just think everybody's excited to get back, and I have to do my part to prepare and to come out and put on a show June 20th.
Okay, so you're running through everybody in the super middleweight division, and it just seemed like if you either go up and you fight Sergey Kovalev, or,
Kovalev, yeah.
Which is
He a boogeyman.
yeah, he's the X factor. Nobody
He's a
want
scary guy.
Yeah, he's knocking dudes
So they
out.
say.
Yeah, he's sneezing and dudes are knocking out. Or you could go down and maybe fight a Cotto.
Yeah. No, well, probably not Cotto because
but-
like Cotto's a middleweight, but
Yeah.
like Cotto's gonna fight the right. Cotto's a little too small. He's really a 154 pounder.
Okay.
And I take my hat off to Cotto for even fighting the bigger guys, but he's really a 54 pounder. But like, the internet is awesome, man, for a lot of reasons. But then it's bad because people can have these narratives and have these, you know, just stories out there, and
Yeah.
fans don't know the difference.
Yeah.
So you have like Gennady Golovkin at 160.
Yeah.
You know,
Golovkin.
I think Golovkin is a good fighter, a good talent. I think he's the real deal from that standpoint. I don't think he's fought the best competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you know how good you are until you fight the best competition. That goes for me too.
Would you do a catch weight to fight him?
No, I'm not gonna do a catch weight. I don't feel I have to. I mean, I'm the champion.
So he would have to come up.
Yeah, and the thing is like they're putting this spin on it and telling people they want to fight, but behind the scenes they don't want to fight, and that's fine. But be real with the people.
Yeah,
you don't want to fight. Kovalev, he'll fight me.
Yeah,
Kovalev will fight anybody, but I'm not ready to move up yet.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna take this fight at super middleweight, see how I feel off the layoff, and see if it's time to move up or if it's time to stay down, and that's the decision we got to make next.
Golovkin, that's how you say it, right?
Golovkin,
yeah. Tomato. That's a possibility. You would love to fight him.
Of course. I think if you look at the track record, we fought everybody, Sway.
Yeah.
We fought everybody, and this is prize fighting.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting for the biggest prize. I'm trying to get compensated for my work, but at the same time, I fought the best.
Yeah.
I fought the best, and we're gonna continue to do that, but it's got to make sense.
Okay, Andre Ward is here. Got to make sense. Tickets for this fight is going on sale today, 10 a.m. Pacific. Go to Ticketmaster. Get your tickets now.
Wake up. Go get your tickets.
It's going to sell out.
Go get your tickets.
And we're going to be promoting it up until the fight.
No doubt.
And then you see me in Oakland, I'm going to be right there ringside.
Yes.
Can I walk to the ring with you, Andre?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sway checking off that bucket list, boy.
Sway, it ain't even got it's a wrap. It's a done deal.
Town Business, HB.
I see it. I like Town Business.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story, man. We was it 2-3 years ago?
You talking about Brooklyn?
Yeah. So I was here for the Jordan Classic, and we were at Carmelo's old neighborhood.
Yeah, Red Hook.
Oh, Red Hook in Brooklyn.
And I get in the building. We get ready to talk to the kids, and I'm like, man, that's Sway. And Sway like, man, that's Andre Ward. I'm like, man, that's Sway. And he know me, and we had never really got it in like that. But the fact that, man, he knew me, knew everything about me, and paid homage and show respect, man. That's why I appreciate you, bro. Because
that's
all you do, man, you humble, man, and you take your hat, you tip your hat.
Yeah. I took my hat off for Dre.
That's a good one.
So I respect that, man. I never forgot that, man.
Yeah, and it's interesting, and a lot of times I don't talk about those sort of things, but we were talking in Red Hook. It's a disenfranchised,
absolutely
challenged community where Carmelo grew up, and they got that center out there, recreation center. And I was just really proud of Andre for being there talking to these kids who otherwise wouldn't get a chance to see him and telling his story. I got to take one or two callers. Maestro's on the line from Jersey.
What up, Maestro?
What up, Maestro?
Repping for Jersey.
No doubt. Jersey representing. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to shout out, my brother in Christ, SOG, Andre Ward, I respect you, for sticking to your laurels and your business.
Thank you.
And your religion and holding it down in that ring, So respect. Good luck going forward, all right?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right, we got Dwight in Louisiana. Good morning, Dwight.
What up, Dwight?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, fam?
Hey, man, I got a boxing question, I guess, to ask Andre.
Okay.
How do you we talk about Boogeyman with Triple G, and you work at HBO. How is that frustrating for you to have to deal with that you want to fight him, and they're building this guy up as a hype machine that nobody wants to fight him from 154 to 168? How do you go about that, and get past all that and say, listen, I want to fight the guy, but the guy kind of balking every time I want to get to fight him? How do you
That's
go off of that?
That's a great question. That's a great assessment. It is frustrating, and I don't think it's HBO's fault. I mean, I think they push all their fighters. And let me just clarify, I don't think Golovkin is a hype job from the standpoint of not having the goods. I think he has the goods, but I think I'm just held to a different standard. I got to fight a certain level of competition, and that was good, but what about that guy? And up until this point, he hasn't fought that level of competition, and they're like, this guy's the next, And if he becomes that, so be it. I'm indifferent toward his success or his failures. That has nothing to do with me unless we fight. But my thing is my biggest issue is the public.
Yeah.
Don't dupe the public. We don't want to hear from the trainer anymore. We don't want to hear from the promoter anymore doing interviews on websites and podcasts and stuff. Let the fighter speak. Yeah. Why don't you want to fight? Because they have to answer the Andre Ward question every time they're in front of the media, and that's because they're not giving a straight answer. So that's my only issue. But the kid can fight. I like him. I think he's a good person. The people around him, they do a lot of talking, but that's just noise. But that's a good assessment. And all I can do is just, I'm not going to chase the dude, but just say I'm available.
Well, look, they're going to watch this interview. I'm sure he's watching right now. What would you like to say to him, man? Maybe invite him to the look in the camera.
I mean, we've said it.
Yeah.
We've said it plenty of times, and it's like I got a fine line. I got a fine line to walk because, like, I still got a lot of work to do as a fighter, but I'm not chasing this guy.
Yeah.
I refuse to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm available. Like, I'm not the guy that's gonna call you out, but I just want to be available and be prepared when my name is called. I want to answer that call.
Yeah.
And that's just always been my thing.
You think that's weak when these boxers hide behind the promoters and the hype? And
I mean, look, I got respect for all fighters at every level. Like, it's fighters that take the same risk I take, and they're making $1,500 for 4 rounds. They're making $3,000 for a 10-round fight.
Yeah,
they're not making hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, or even millions. So I respect every fighter, but boxing is different now, and I understand the economics because, like I said, I'm very aware of that, and it's about that. It's prize fighting. But my thing is the public, because they don't know any better sometimes, and they just read the headline, oh my God, this guy doesn't want to fight this guy. Or, you know, my thing is, look, call a guy out if you want to call guys out, but just be authentic about it.
Yeah.
You know, if you really don't want to fight that guy, don't just do it just to get some clicks on your Instagram or get some hits on YouTube. Like, be real about it, because people get excited, oh my God, and then nothing happens. If you know your team is saying, you know, we ain't gonna fight that guy.
Yeah.
Don't bring his name up.
Don't bring his name. Andre Ward, ladies and gentlemen.
Straight up.
June 20th.
Wow.
Paul Smith, Oracle Arena, Oakland, California.
It's going down.
Tickets on sale today, 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
Trust me, get the tickets now so you won't be outside when Andre Ward and myself is walking into that ring.
Shameless plug.
All right.
Shameless plug.
Dre, always good, man.
Hey, thank you, man.
All right, God
Appreciate
bless you, man.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.